Great Wall of China, Christ the Redeemer statue, Machu Picchu, Chichen Itza, the Roman Colosseum, Taj Mahal, Petra. I'm sure you might be thinking why this guy is showing 7 wonders of the world. Well, I showed you the 7. Do you know what is the 8th one? Well, according to Mr. Albert Einstein, compounding is the 8th wonder of the world. He who understands it earns it, and he who doesn't pays it. Now, if you understand compounding, it is possible that you don't have to work for money, but money will work for you. So let's understand what is compounding. Well, compounding is basically that you're growing at a certain rate every year, and the base is always new. Let's understand this with the help of an example. So we are in Excel sheet now. I have entered the parameters, which is year, growth rate, interest, total number of years, and this is the calculation part. Per month, number of months, sum total. Okay, so let's get started. So let's assume that you're putting in 5,000 rupees for 12 months, which is 60,000 annually, and then this 60,000 annually has a growth rate of 12%, which you are investing in good quality asset class. And on that 60,000 you are fetching an interest of 7,200 rupees. So your principal plus interest is 67,200 rupees for first year. So this 67,200 will act as new base for second year on which interest will be calculated. So let me put the formula here and drag the formulas down. Okay, so on 67,200 you would get, assuming you would get 12% return, so that would be 8,064 rupees interest for the second year, and your total would be 75,264 for second year. Similarly, if I do this for third year, my new base is 75,264 rupees. On calculated 12% interest on it, I would get 9,000 rupees as interest. So do you see this gradually increasing your interest amount from 7,000 to 8,000 to 9,000? This is the reason why compounding works with new base. Every time you have a new base, every year on that interest is calculated and your principal plus interest is growing. So at the end of third year you have 84,296. Now let me drag it down till 60, 70. Okay, boom. So if you see, we started with 60,000 and assuming we are getting 12% return for, let me drag down the years too. By the way, this Excel sheet will be given in the description below, so you can put in your amount and calculate according to you. So an amount of 60,000 invested for first year, and then the magic of compounding happens. That would be 149, 346, 419 for 69th year. And if I drag it down, you can see till 100. Let's drag it down till 100, and let me drag the number of years. Let's put this right here, drag it down. Okay, so if you can see 60,000 for first year, 12% assuming, your interest is getting appreciated every year. That is because you have a new base, and your total amount at 99th year is 4474092. That is the magic of compounding. Now let me plot this on graph and show you how does compounding chart look like here. So if you see this graph, this states that nothing significant will happen for few years. I mean, nothing significant will happen. You can't see the ups, you can't see the downs. But once the compounding curve starts to rise, this is how it goes. So this 12% return is from where? If you keep in bank savings, you might get 3 to 4% of return, and if you keep in a fixed deposit, you might get 5 to 6% of return. And my friend, inflation in India is 6.1% according to 2022 census report. So if you are investing, I would say if you are keeping your money in fixed deposit or savings, you are losing its value, and my friend, you're also getting poor. What to do looking at investment options other than savings account and fixed deposits? Well, we have three of them. First one is gold. You get about 9 to 10% of return, which is pretty nice in order to beat inflation. The second one is real estate. Well, real estate is basically you can't invest with 10 to 20,000 rupees of money. You require chunks and chunks of money in order to invest in it. Maybe crores of rupees. Yeah, maybe crores of rupees in order to get the rent. And the third one is mutual funds, which many people invest, many good people. So in mutual funds, there are like two categories. One is equity and one is debt. Debt is on the safer side. So the more time you give to compounding, the more magic happens and the more your money grows in coming years. This is superpower of compounding. Now, in order that compounding should work for you and it should not break the chain in between, here are two mistakes that you should avoid. Number one is not getting a medical and life insurance. Number two is investing in risky assets and downside assets that don't have any upside gains. So let's go with the first one. Not buying a medical insurance and life insurance. Let's say your compounding has grown to 10 lakh rupees or 15 lakh rupees and you started investing with the help of a systematic investment plan. But what happens is, due to an emergency or negative circumstances, you have to break that compounding effect and fund that money of your compounding to your medical and life insurance bill. So you have to, withdraw your money from your investment account and then pay it through expenses. But you can also save this by buying a medical and life insurance from policybazaar.com. Secondly, don't invest in any investment instrument where you are seeing negative compounding effect. Now, let's say that even if you are investing in a high risky class assets where there is no upside and there's always downside, even if you have made like 50 to 30% of return in first 2 years, let's say your money has grown to 1,000 to 1,500 in the first 2 years, but what happens in the third year is your money is plunging down again to 1,050 rupees, making a negative compounding effect. So as positive compounding shows magic, negative compounding shows black magic. Invest in those instruments which help you sleep better at night. Not that you're thinking while sleeping that, is my money growing? Is my money safe? Is there a chance of losing money? You don't have to think this way if you invest in good quality investment instruments. Choose wisely. My name is Vishal. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.